Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, likes, comments, and subscribes are appreciated as they do help with the algorithm. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. At the moment, the price news is basically all the same. It's been this way for the last couple of days. I'm kind of skimming it down because it's usually quite repetitive. The news that we've been getting for the last week or two has been that the market is gearing up for a liftoff. Usually when I look around, you tend to see some type of news, maybe just in two different websites, maybe three. It's like, oh wow, three different places are talking about it. This is every single website talking about the exact same thing, all expecting the exact same results. It says Bitcoin price analysis. Bitcoin bulls show utmost resilience above $46,000 while eyeing liftoff to 50,000 US dollars. You may have seen the charts over the last couple of days. The price keeps on dipping, but it's not really a dip. It goes down by around 0.5%, maybe 1%. I think the steepest decline that we've seen was like 1.4 something percent. An hour or two later, the price is back above $48,000. And it appears that since we went over 50,000, that is now the new price target that we are going to get over for the market to continue rising. It says why restless traders have no reason to be so. I've seen an enormous amount of people, and I know that it's not even just restlessness. I think it's overall like hyper fatigue with the market. It's this. We all know that something should be happening, but it's not currently taking place. It's kind of like, imagine being awake at like 11:45 in the morning and you look outside and the sun still hasn't come up when you know that it should have come up around 4 or 5 hours ago. This is where I think that we all are with the cryptocurrency market right now. Between the levels of adoption, the levels of accumulation, the amount of, I guess adoption would also be the word when it comes to like countries and banks and institutions and hedge funds and everyday normal people really getting into the market. We all know that there's not only a finite amount of Bitcoin, a huge amount of it is being purchased, stored away, bought every single day. Like not even, once again, I say this just for actual reference. It's not just people within your country who are doing it or within your town or within your state or within your friend group. It's estimated to be around 500 million people on the planet are in this market right now, constantly accumulating. So the fact that we still see prices this low is, I think, kind of for everyone. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We all know that Bitcoin should be well over 100,000 at this point, just based off of even normal level speculation. But actually being used and traded and purchased and things like that, and the network doing trillions of dollars worth of value every year passing between it, $50,000 is lower. Definitely still a bargain. On top of that as well, it says Bitcoin whales join small fish in buying Bitcoin as price holds above $47,000. Basically what we've seen and what we've been hearing for a long time now, and we can even see this, like this isn't like a myth floating around. We know that the largest wallets on the planet are continuing to accumulate. We saw over the summer, we started getting news that, I mean, we're still in the summer, but you know what I mean. Started getting news that even smaller accounts, usually accounts with 0.01 Bitcoin or somewhere floating around there, have begun to accumulate more as well. So they might have 0.03 or maybe, a tenth of a Bitcoin. But now it looks like the whales who have always been buying are also accelerating their buying as well, because once again, I'm pretty sure that they also know that prices are relatively, extremely low. That's just in my personal opinion. I've been in the market for a very long time. It's abundantly clear that we should be a lot higher, especially if you look at even anything from the levels of adoption that we had in 2017, which was nothing, to what we have now, and Bitcoin only being 2.5 times that price. It's a bit of a, kind of moment, because not only was Bitcoin just hyper speculative back in 2017, the fact that we have multiple countries talking about adopting it, one has adopted it, all these ETFs and ETNs and ETPs and institutions, and the largest banks on the planet who we know are also actively buying Bitcoin. So basically the idea is, I think this is also maybe a tweet from it as well. Yeah, this is a tweet from the article that we were just looking at, talking about the the accumulation patterns of whales. And there's also like other animals that people are throwing in there. There's like humpback whales and dolphins and seals. And stop making it so technical. There was somebody who made a list, and it was showing, you know, like we typically only hear there's us and then whales. Somebody was like, there are crabs and there are lobsters, and then you got the catfish. And I was like, why do we need, like, no one's gonna be like, I'm a catfish. And like, no one needs these things. Let's just say whales for really rich people, the same way we've been saying it for a long time. On top of that as well, in the price news, if you will, it says Ethereum's inflation is falling. Here's why. I'm pretty sure you could figure out why. Ethereum's daily issuance rate has fallen below Bitcoin's for the first time this week, according to a blockchain researcher. Lucas Otumuro, head of research at blockchain intelligence firm Into the Block, says Ethereum's net inflation fell to an annualized rate of 1.11% compared to Bitcoin's annualized rate of 1.7% during the middle of this week. There are words right there. Once again, they're asking me for my cookies. They're not going to get it. Otumuro also says that Ethereum's falling issuance rate could bestow a monetary premium on the world's second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, potentially allowing the asset to transmit value over time without users having to worry about the possible loss of purchasing power. So the Ethereum burn right now is absolutely insane. It's completely lost its mind. A huge portion of why this is happening is the sales of NFTs on the platform. Usually we heard before, especially in the past, that a large amount of the activity came from smart contracts, or people creating smart contracts, or people locking away coins. This was a huge thing that we had in April, May, and June. People talking about locking their coins away, all the wrapped ether that was out there. What else was there? There was something about other platforms. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head at the moment. I had it, but it's gone. Now the conversation has flown to NFTs. We went over this the last couple of days. A lot of people have been complaining. I don't care if you complain or not in the comment section. I'm giving you the news. I'm sorry that it does not, particularly fit the news that you want for that day. But NFTs have really completely gone insane. And the fact that so many people are now trading them, and when you look at the actual trading volume and where it's coming from, a large part of it is coming from Asia. They're now collecting NFTs in a way that I can't even relate it to anything else that we actually know that's going on right now. But the prices of some of these things are rising so fast. And when we get news yesterday that a famous basketball player bought an NFT for $180,000, one of the other crypto punks is now selling for $250,000. People are now looking for other NFT collectibles to go buy. And as they're buying this thing in mass, the transaction fees are rising. When the transaction fees are rising, a portion of that is also being burned into this Ethereum burn mechanism. And this is what's causing everything to kind of go completely insane. So as the prices of these things continue to rise, the network fees continue to increase. And this basically everything that we have going on right now. But the burn has accelerated so much. I think we're well ahead of schedule. For those of you who don't remember, I think the news that we got from the Ethereum developers was that after a year or so, time period, don't know, we'd see Ethereum become deflationary by a rate of around 1.4%. I'm pretty sure we're well ahead of that because I think this has only been going on for like 2 weeks now. This isn't a, no. Yeah, 25 days ago. Like this isn't even an entire month, and we have already almost burned. This is also a bit outdated. Around $500 million worth of Ether. It says Ether burned coins could buy 2,000 medium-sized homes. It's really, it's kind of at the point now where like I'm looking and I'm like, what is actually going on, not only with this market, but also with the Ethereum burn. 400 million Ethereum now burned by the upgrade. Here's the actual website right here for those of you who were wondering or have not seen it before. It is ETHBURNED.info. You'll find this, what's currently on the screen. Is now $464 million worth of Ether has been... What? Hold on. What was that? Okay, 2,000. I thought it said 100 medium-sized homes. Yeah. That makes a bit more sense. And this is only going to continue. Like, this isn't going to stop anytime soon. $1 million has been burned within the last hour. 319 Ether, never to be seen again. So, yeah, a lot of the news is focused heavily around Ethereum these days. Not that we had much, crypto diversity before. It was mainly usually Bitcoin, Ethereum. We get some sprinkles of XRP, maybe some of Cardano, and some other random altcoin that was doing excessively well that day. I don't have a lot of that in this video either, but a lot of very wealthy individuals are now hyper betting on it. This is not financial advice, just saying it. And people were complaining that I was saying, stop complaining, please, all the time. I'm tired of reading the comment section. Everyone's just complaining about stuff like freaking A. Like, it's so insane every single day. Everyone's just complaining. I have to say not financial advice because I'm telling you that it is not financial advice. Like, there's a reason why this is being said. I'm not trying to be pretentious. I'm not moving my non-existent tie around. Like, you have to understand when I say these things, I am not telling you to put your money into the market. I'm delivering the news to you. It's a news channel. I don't understand why everyone's so angry with me every single day, no matter what I do. Even that just also popped up as well. What's happening is a lot of the wealthiest people right now are coming out and basically saying that while they like Bitcoin, they're allocating a huge portion of their funds to Ethereum. We're getting news all the time that they're thinking Ethereum is going to be the #1 coin. I mean, sometime this year. You kind of name it, and it's kind of anyway. So the point is, Ethereum's inflation rate is falling quite rapidly. It is going to become deflationary based off of the old metrics that we had off of the previous network usage. Remember when Ethereum's network fees were like $6 and $7, and that was a lot for us? The idea even back then off of those numbers that after a while we'd see Ethereum become completely deflationary. If it's been a month. By the time we get to November, December, we are going to have like billions of dollars worth of Ether that are going to be just gone forever. So I assume the deflation rate will pick up quite quickly. That's basically all the price news, if you kind of want to even put it into that category. The market's all over the place. You can tell that Bitcoin is being held back just logically by looking at it. We will at some point pass by $65,000 again. I think it's anyone's guess at this point when it's actually going to happen. And yeah, let's move on. Also very popular in the news. I'm telling you, this news is everywhere. Like, and I'll show you, and I made sure to add it into the video because I tell you normally every single day, I'm like, okay, here's the news, and the other news that was also out there, I'm like, you don't really need to see it, and I'll show you exactly why, because it's the same level of news all the time. This is very popular right now. It says the NFT market has surged since late July, and the rising prices for top collections like art, blocks, and CryptoPunks, as well as soaring trading volume across the board, suggest that investors see dollar signs in crypto collectibles. Singapore-based Three Arrows Capital apparently believes so, and today revealed plans to invest heavily into premier NFTs. The cryptocurrency hedge fund today announced the Starry Night Capital, a new fund focused on assembling the world's finest collection of NFTs, according to its Twitter profile. To do so, the firm has partnered with pseudonymous NFT collector Vincent Van Doe, who has a considerable Twitter following and a significant personal NFT collection. So this is now the third company who has announced this over the course of the last 8 days or so. They're making a lot of NFT funds. I think these things are going to continue doing well. I know a lot of you aren't into NFTs, or aren't looking into NFTs, or don't really pay attention to NFTs. This is probably the new it. I think we have a good 6 months to really see how well it solidifies. But usually when you hear that these funds are really getting into something like this, it's because they found a way to kind of position themselves and make sure, or they know mathematically, that the market will kind of continue to grow in the way that it currently is. They're allocating millions of dollars into these NFTs. A lot of NFTs that have come out over the last year or so are selling for around a 5 to 10x from what they first did. There was news yesterday, I don't remember when it was, I don't think I had it in the video. There were NFT collectibles that came out last week, and one of them I think was starting at 300. It recently resold for like 25,000 or something along those lines. A lot of the biggest artists are now all getting into it as well. I think Shepard Fairey made an NFT, but I think he only made one so far. What's this guy's name? Oh gosh. Daniel Arsham is also, I think, working on his second NFT, and the most popular from a major artist thus far is the Damien Hirst one. That started at 2,000, and now I think the lowest you can find one is like 27,000, and I think the highest one sold for 125,000. So there's always a lot going on. Very popular news. It says 3 Arrows Capital execs launch an NFT fund. I think to be expected at this point. I think they're going to surprise many people in the future. I still think that we're on the cusp of a kind of situation where people wrote them off and then people really get into them in like a year or two. But even then, we're still at the beginning of the market. So I think we haven't even seen where prices are really going to go. At the moment, that's all the news. I'm not joking. That was all the news that was relatively relevant, if you kind of want to say that. I'll show you the other news articles that were actually floating around there. There's news every day about the XRP lawsuit against the SEC or with the SEC or whatever words you kind of want to use there. A couple of weeks ago, the people from Ripple came forward and demanded of the judge that the SEC, I think relinquish some type of documentation or something like that. And now the SEC is trying to get Ripple to, it's something every single day. And I think in the beginning, we were all kind of like into it just to see exactly where this was going to go. This has been going on since like January, I think. Nothing has really developed. They keep throwing stuff back and forth. It says the SEC has filed a motion to compel Ripple to produce video and audio recordings of Ripple staff meetings it claims to have learned about from a key former Ripple employee in a deposition taken earlier. I think these people have nothing better to do with their time. I don't say these things as a joke. I mean, when you talk about the actual security and well-being of consumers or people within the US who need to be protected from the SEC, it's this. The idea being that Ripple did something allegedly illegal since 2016 and 2017. Why weren't you protecting American investors in 2016, 2017? Why was the lawsuit started at the end of last year when the other guy left? Why are you trying to get voice recordings of something? I think that the last thing that Ripple did is that they were trying to get documentation that showed that people even within the SEC also own XRP as well, because apparently that's also a thing. You see, the XRP SEC news every single day. It almost feels like a Lifetime movie. Like it's just not really real in some sort of way. Like no one really cares. Like just finalize it, penalize them. Like the SEC clearly believes that Ripple has done something incorrect. Just pay the fine. Because the other part of it is this will go on for another 2 years. Literally no one will care anymore. XRP will fall to the 15th coin because it's just, yeah. So anyway, that's one of the other news stories that was out there. On top of that, here's why Ape Swap is more engaging and exciting than Pancake Swap. Yeah, see, this was also news. Everyone's talking about Ape Swap now, which is absolute nonsense because the news before that you were supposed to have used was Pancake Swap, and then it was Unicorn Swap, and then it was some other swap. So by the end of this year, we're also going to have Donkey Swap. I'm sure that I feel like that's one already. I'm going to say Computer Screen Swap, and then someone's going to make that, and you'll be told why so and so and so. This was also quite popular news of the day, and I just assumed no one out there really cared about it because, it's Ape Swap. Then we got the website Blockchain has processed $1 trillion in crypto transactions. This was revealed by the CFO. Cool. See what I mean? Like the other news that I leave out of the videos is always like, oh, that's $1 trillion. That's a big number. Has a lot of zeros. And then everyone kind of waits for me to move on because the news really isn't that relevant. On top of that as well, venture capitalist Bill Gurley, that is Gurley, prefers Ethereum to Bitcoin, takes personal position in Ether. This happens every single day, all the time. Usually the news that we were getting before was that this institution is into Bitcoin, this institution's buying Bitcoin, this institution has X amount of Bitcoin, this institution has bought more Bitcoin. The new news every single day is rich person loves Ethereum. Rich person says Bitcoin will fail because they love Ethereum. Rich person takes a huge position in Ethereum. Rich person has started staking Ethereum. It's the same every single day. So I kind of omitted a lot of this news because I assume do you care? Do you want me to talk about the rich people who are getting into Ether every single day? I mean, to be fair, I was talking about the companies getting into Bitcoin, so I guess it would be fair that I only cover this as well. I'll start doing that from now on, just to be fair. But yeah, an enormous amount of very wealthy people are all coming out of the woodworks every single day, sometimes twice a day, talking about the proposition for Ethereum, how high they think Ethereum is going to go by the end of this year, where they see Ethereum by the end of next year. A lot of people do not think so. The idea being, a lot of people assume that we are currently in a bull trend upwards, which we are. But the idea is either within the next 2 months or within the next 6 months, we should see some type of crescendo going on where we hit the high, and then have the normal fall back down. When you read what these people are saying, they're saying that the 2017, 2013, 2000 whatever market was incredibly speculative, and that people were saying, well, maybe one day somebody's going to accept Bitcoin. Maybe in the future we'll be able to buy things with Bitcoin. Maybe one day in the future, blah, 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 blah. But now we're here. We're actually at the point where everyone's integrating it. You can buy everything with Bitcoin. You can buy everything with so that the market will go up. But any dip, this is what they're saying, any dip that we have won't be as monstrous as what we've seen before in the past, simply because it was a speculative bubble that collapsed back down to the bottom, and then we had to kind of start back over. But any time that we see now, we've had news for months about this. Anytime that we see any major sell-off in price, the next day it's followed by this company bought 35,000 Bitcoin. This company bought 15,000 Bitcoin. This company bought $200 million worth of Bitcoin. As prices dropped, they took all that Bitcoin off the table. So the idea now is any dip that we do see in the future that could be considered, the drop will not be as strong, and prices will continue to go up based off of the actual usage and metrics of a lot of these blockchains, i.e. Ethereum having the coin burn, Ethereum usage, Ethereum smart contracts, the NFTs on Ethereum, blah, 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 blah. Same exact thing with Bitcoin and the transactions going through it. Time will tell if this actually takes place. We will know good and well by December 2022 if we have dipped in price or if we're still experiencing new all-time highs. But it would seem a little weird if our market completely collapsed after all this adoption that we have, just to be completely honest. So yeah, Bill Gurley prefers Ethereum to Bitcoin. I'm going to assumption this is usually because when you look at the news, especially over the last couple of years, a lot of the mega investors who prefer Ethereum felt that they missed out on Bitcoin. Around the time Bitcoin was around $2,000 or $3,000, Ethereum was $1, $2, $3, somewhere around there. And a lot of these investors, feeling that Bitcoin was too expensive, began to buy massive amounts of Ethereum. And this is why they usually say they prefer Ethereum, because they may only, air quotes, have 5,000 Bitcoin, but they may have 250,000 Ethereum. So of course they're going to prefer one more than the other. And the last thing flowing around was on-chain metrics show Bitcoin and Ethereum holders are reluctant to sell. A lot of Ethereum news every single day. Like, there's no real way around it. There's a lot of those really weird DeFi coins. I don't even remember their names. Like, they're usually in the news, but you can kind of tell that the website that's talking about them or has the news about them clearly likes that coin because no one else is talking about it. When you look at the coin, it has like a $27 million 24-hour trading volume, which is kind of garbage. But everyone's just talking about Bitcoin and more so even Ethereum. Depending on the day, you'll see a lot of Cardano news, and I assume I give it by the 13th of September. Once the upgrade has happened, I think the Cardano news is going to basically keep up with or slightly outpace the Ethereum news because everyone's just kind of waiting to see what new platforms and what new updates are going to be on there. But at the moment, yeah, this is completely logical. The larger people in the market know exactly what's going to happen. Like, there's no real confusion anymore as to if these coins are going to make it. It's just more so whenever there is bad news, which we've had before, bad news in the past, we're constantly told, oh no, bear market. Bears are controlling the market. Bears are bearing themselves. And then the market ends up going back up. And I tell you all the time, I'm like, these people are trying to get you to sell your coins. And this is why we can see on chain, the largest holders are not selling their coins. Regardless of any dip, they're buying. As prices go up, they continue to buy. So yeah, that's all the other news that's also out there. I don't know if people feel as if I'm like holding back news from them. I've seen so many times where people tell me in the comment section and they're like, you didn't talk about Bertha coin, you know, having their burn upgrade 3.0. And I'm like, yeah, because that's not a coin. Like, no one really cares about these other coins. Like, we try to focus on the major coins in the market. I know, and I've said this before, if you are looking for a cryptocurrency channel to shill your particular coin that you are in love with, that you bought 38,000 of sometime last year, there's a channel for you somewhere out there. These people would love to tell you. I try just to focus on the blue chips, the top 10, if not maybe top 15, unless something else is looking like it's also going to enter the top 10. This is what we focus on. If there's news on any other crappy coin that's out there that you personally believe you can make $1 million bajillion with, find the channel that will give you that. I try to make sure that if you are in this market, you understand that there are risks to the market. And also, if you have your money in the top coins, basically what they're doing every single day, so you can have an eye on the market without having to, you know, look at prices 24 hours a day. That's the point of the channel. Anyway, yeah, that's basically all the news. A lot of it was focusing around Ethereum's price, around NFTs, and how much Ethereum is being burned and how many rich people are now completely in love with Ethereum. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Professor Wally from Gunbite University, Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor, Fudweiser, Mortified, Roman, Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealers, Dan, Red Plum, Tomato, Umnu, Wishniki, Letter M, Stefan Dirks, I said that right, here we go, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way, Lay, Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy655, and Carlos was like, Mobarazi, Jojo, Shaw Show, VB Nerd, 21, Miguel Grole, Lauren De Silva, Quarter Bitty, Barebones, Mining, Troy, All Good, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Conan, Noska, Blake Day, Snacky, Chan, Tolik, Banana, Suspicious, Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha, Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman, High, XRP, Martin, Stroyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, Yana Marita, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Grace, Moham Maroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared China, Wise Night, Owl, 24 True to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Damien, Sasuna, Richard, Third, Vladian, Pella, Paxis, Nick Man, Jellavodi, Jim Garner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch, Jess, Everyday, Calcium, Black Day, Yes to Crypto, Buttermig, Buttface, Anytime, Vince Mouse from the staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Macho, Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola, Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who left a like, a comments, has subscribed. I do appreciate it. At the moment, where is it? There we go. Bitcoin is currently down by 0.77%. See, there's always a move up, there's a move down, and then, oh my gosh, we're moving back up. I can't believe it. Ethereum is currently up by 4.8%. Based off of logic, Bitcoin keeps dropping to move the rest of the market with it. You see a lot of the other coins trying to buck the trend as aggressively as they can. Bitcoin should not be below $100,000 at this point. It should not be below 100,000. It is absolute nonsense that we are still having discussions about, well, or maybe we might do it in a day or two. No, we should be well above $85,000 right now, just based off of actual logic. Cardano should be easily over $3. There were articles before that I was reading. It was talking about that bears have control of Cardano. No, it's Bitcoin's magnetic force has control over the rest of the market. There is no reason. When we pass by a price, when we get to a $3 Cardano, and Cardano falls by 12, 13, 14 cents, it's not bears, it's Bitcoin. Cardano should easily also be above these numbers as well, just based off of actual network usage. Binance Coin passed by $500, should not be at $468 because Binance Coin is constantly, actually every other monthly, burning their coins, and the usage of Binance Coin has completely skyrocketed as well. Solana is up by 18%. The entire market should be doing this. Good job, Solana, on your move up in the market. It just would be nice if the rest of the market did the exact same thing because, you know, logic. Polkadot is up by 9%. Uniswap is up by 6% as well. Chainlink is up by 3%. Ethereum Classic is up by 1.3%. Same exact movements because they're all following Bitcoin's price trends. This is what I was saying. If we can get Ethereum to really just move up, because all the other coins are also tied to Ethereum as well. If Ethereum does well, every other coin does well as well, because Bitcoin is in some weird trend channel right now. Cosmos is up by 26%. Aave is up by 3.9%. Algorand is up by 3%. Maker is up by 2%. eGold, Elrond eGold, sure, why not, is up by 9%. Waves is up by 6%. Kusama is up by 15%. And BitTorrent token is chugging along. It's up by 3% as well. Yeah, it's going to do it for this video. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Listen, I know that I'm in the same exact market as you are. Try not to be so stressed. Go do some yoga. Go for a walk. I'm not saying this as a joke. Like, I know how stressful the market can be. Please stop taking it out on me. It's getting really old really fast. I'm tired of the hate comments everywhere. I'm tired of the people hating my art. I'm tired of the people hating the way I speak. Like, it's you know, stop it. It's gotten really old. If you have a problem, please go somewhere else. For those of you who are leaving nice comments all the time, you're also recognized. I see a lot of really nice comments. I see a lot of people just even saying thank you. I mean, it goes a very long way. It's kind of like, you know, when you walk into a store and you see that someone else is like behind you and you open the door for them and they go, oh, thank you so much, as opposed to like stepping on your shoe, spitting, you know, in your face and then slamming the door. And, you know, it's you know, just a little low tiny bit of courtesy. And I'm not the only one as well. I speak to other crypto YouTubers and we're all going through the exact same thing. We are not your puppets. We are not your robots. Please just try to be a bit nicer in general to even other people around you. You know, it goes a very long way. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.